Hey guys, how are you this morning? Oh man, I haven't done a lot of well, actually I don't think I've done any Facebook Lives here on my Raw channel. Raw is Real Authentic Women, but I'm excited to do this because I need some more accountability. I need your help. So I am 4 weeks out, and I was thinking, you know what? How can I get help from my tribe and also give back and help you? And so I really want to get on here and be super authentically real with you. So this is for the ladies. I have a few male followers, guys. If you want to watch, that's cool. But we're going to be talking girl stuff here, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I want to share my journey with you. Guys, I honestly, I never thought I would want to compete, especially even at this age. I'm 51 and a half. I always throw in the half. Ever since my kids were little, I just love how they would always say 2.5. So I always say that just to be a dork. But anyway, you'll get to know me. I'm a bit of a goofball, and I'm a little ADD. I'm a little out there. But I really like to have fun. I'm really passionate about a lot of things in life. And number one, what I'm most passionate about is my relationship with the Lord. I would not be able to survive, and I would not be doing this show if it weren't for the prompting of the Holy Spirit for me to do it. I'll share more about that another day. The other thing I'm super passionate about are my children. I'm a single mom of 4 children, 22, 19, 16, and 13. And I am an entrepreneur. I own a couple of companies. I'm really involved in ministry work. I'm super excited about helping a new church plant and launch that is called JAR, and that is in downtown Minneapolis. We meet at 4 o'clock on Sundays, and JAR stands for Just As Yards Coffee Shop. So it's really cool if you want to come join me there. We have a little church service on Sunday afternoons, and we all hang out and eat. But of course, I don't really eat because I'm competing. Oh, so I've got so much to share with you. I'm super excited, guys. I just got back from Dallas. I spent some time with my really, really great friends, Larry and Taylor Thompson. I love them so much. Larry Thompson has been my mentor for years in business. Taylor's been a very strong spiritual mentor to me. She's one of my best girlfriends for 20 years. And we're going to be actually starting a channel together, doing some coaching as well. But these lives that I'm going to do each day, I'm going to just share things with you. I'm going to share what I'm doing for my workouts, how I'm eating, what it takes to actually compete. And, you know, I'm no spring chicken here at 51. I actually was former Mrs. Minnesota Fitness and Mrs. American Fitness. It says, congratulations, this is your most watched live video yet. There was one person on who said that. That's super funny. This is because it's my first video on this channel. But anyway, it cracks me up. So I'm going to share my journey with you of how I'm eating, what I'm doing for my workouts, how things are going, and really be vulnerable with you here over the next 4 weeks. I'm 4 weeks out, and you know, I've done a lot of stage stuff. I've been speaking on stages for years now, 20 years probably. I don't know, probably wasn't quite 20 years by the time I started to really get comfortable in my own skin. Yeah, maybe it has been about 20 years, I guess. Yeah, sorry. So, wow, that's a long time. I'm getting old. Here's the deal. Age is a number, right? I honestly still feel, and I'm sure those of you that are my age and older, we talk about this. We still feel super, super young. The cool thing is that through years, you gain experience, and through experience, you gain wisdom. And through making a lot of mistakes in your life, hopefully you fix and refine. And that's what Larry and Taylor Thompson helped me do this weekend. Or actually, not the weekend, I just got back. So there are just some things, you know, there can be these little tiny shifts in you where your mindset gets a little warped and you don't even know it. And so I needed a real kick in the tail. My personal fitness trainer, Aaron Callister, is so incredible. We've been friends for 20 years. He's really helped fix and refine my diet. And a diet is just anything you're consuming, the good, the bad, the ugly, that's your diet. But I also needed a kick in the head, kick in the ass, honestly, to kind of get my mind straightened out. I know this, and I teach this all the time. Lisa, Hi, Lisa, I texted you like 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you got it. I don't even know if I have your latest phone number. We haven't talked in so long, but we need to get together. Anyway, so I just needed to do some just some fixing and refining. Slowly you get off and into areas, and you maybe through different relationships or experience or whatever it is, you get a little bit off track, and all of a sudden you think you're dialed in. Like if you're in a airplane, right? The pilot's all dialed in, and for sure they're going to Miami, but they can be 1 degree off and end up in New York City. And so I don't want to be 1 degree off, and I want to help you so that you're not 1 degree off. So what I'd like you to do is take out a piece of paper, and I want you to write down some things, because this is what I did. I sat down and I wrote down goals for myself. What do I need to do to be the best me, so that I can be the best mom, so that I can grow my relationship with God, so I can be the best friend, so I can be the best businesswoman, and I can be really disciplined. And on April 20th is the day that my life really changed. I had gone through some hard stuff, and I just made a decision. When you just kind of draw that line in the sand and you say, I gotta make some changes. There's some things in my life that have been cyclical that have hurt me, and I don't want to do that anymore. And so that's what happened. That's what happened with me. Hey, Rachel, how are you? So I'm fired up because there's been some really cool changes that have happened with me, and I wish I could. Maybe I could. I wonder if I could pick this up and show you. Let me try it. Oh, I can't. Okay. So you see that little board over there? That is my prayer board. That is my goal board. Those are things over there that I see every day, and those are they're reminders of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So on April 20th, my life changed. I drew that line in the sand and made a decision, and I said, listen, self, listen, Nance, I said. And I was just really in prayer, and what I sense is that instead of me always trying to, take care of people or fix people and help people, that's my heart. I love that. I needed to go into a little bit of defense mode, and not defensive towards people, but to really take care of myself. Every day I get up and I spend my time, my God time, and at prayer, and I read and personal growth and development. But what had happened is over the last 3.5 years, I had let my health, my fitness level, not my health, because I take great supplements, and I've always believed in eating healthy, but my fitness level wasn't there at all. I just felt weak. And I don't know how many of you that out there that just feel, maybe you're thin, maybe you're not, maybe you're 100 pounds overweight. You could be 100 pounds overweight and be strong, like physically, and maybe not be so healthy. You could be super, super thin and be weak and not so healthy. I mean, there's this gap, right? There's this whole like spectrum, really, of where you could be on that spectrum. And so I was thin, but I was super weak. I was beaten up emotionally. I'd gone through some hard stuff. And on April 20th, I made the decision to take care of myself. And as a single mom of 4 children, there isn't a lot of self-time. And I don't mean self as in becoming selfish or making it all about me. Actually, it's quite the contrary. When you take care of yourself, you're doing everyone around you a favor. And I never really got that. And I had that shift on April 20th. On April 20th, I'll just read you. Number 1 for me, I was going to make sure I was seeking God all day long, not just in the morning, but really listening and spending time, with Him as my friend. Number 2, I was going to make sure I was going to exercise every day, or at least 5 days a week. Really be more conscious of taking care of my body in that way, and also just being very purposeful in how I was mothering my children, instead of constantly work, trying to make ends meet, trying to provide for everybody and do all those things. I had shifted, my priorities had shifted, and it screwed things up. It doesn't work. God calls us to have priorities, So that's what I did. I made that shift, and I all of a sudden people started coming around me that I needed into my life. And I always mess this up, but you know, Jim Rohn and Larry Thompson, my longtime mentors, always said when the student is ready, sorry about that, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And here's the thing with me, guys. I tend to kind of think I know a lot about health and fitness, and so I would just, you know, I've been doing this 30 years. I've been a trainer for 30 years. I do a lot of coaching, mainly on the phone now. But I didn't think I needed someone, and I really did. I really did. And that's when I reached out to my friend Aaron Callister, who, oh gosh, he's such a great trainer, you guys. But here's the thing. He's not an egomaniac. He's not, he's just super professional. He owns several Snap Fitnesses. And he met with me and he said, Nance, you should really do a show. You should really consider it. And we can get you ready. You've got like 16 weeks. You can do one 16 weeks, or what did he say? I think it was like 14, 12 weeks. And I said, definitely 16 weeks. Because guys, I hadn't really exercised a lot. Like I hadn't really lifted, you know, like I used to lift in 3.5 years. I hate to even admit it. You know, people always would say, oh, you're so fit and you're so that. And I just wouldn't really say anything. But in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm not even working out. I mean, I'll go for a walk or a run or take a class here or there. Man, I'm popular this morning. But I wasn't really committed into a routine. And, you know, in order to really get back into a habit of things, it takes a while. You know, it takes about 6 weeks to really form a habit and being really consistent. And so I started meeting with Aaron, and he works me out. I usually do legs with Aaron one time a week. And he put me on a diet to diet me down to get me ready for this fitness competition. And honestly, I haven't lost a lot of weight because I didn't really need to lose a lot of weight. But I've been able to put on 2 pounds of muscle, and I've also dropped about 3 to 4% body fat. I've got another about 4% body fat to go, and that's what happens in this last 4 weeks. So I thought it would be fun to share my journey with you. And sorry, I kind of, you know, got off on giving you more insight of how I actually ended up doing this. I'm not a person that's going to be like, oh, you know, taking pictures of my abs and doing that stuff. I've really, by the grace of God, I've learned not to get my worth from what I look like or what people think of me or dudes commenting and complimenting me. That's all really nice. But that's just not where I'm at in my walk. You know, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, that's where I was at. I was like, oh God, anybody, just please give me attention. Help me feel good about myself. You know, you guys know how that is. Hi, Rachel. And so God has just shaped me and molded me and grown me through that. I'm not saying that's, you know, bad if you do that, but that's just not what I'm going to do. It's not what God's calling me to do. So this is a way that I can communicate with my girls on the Raw Leadership page and share some things with you. So for me, it is about discipline. I am dying to my flesh. What does that mean? Well, I'm not going to get all biblical on you, but for me, I'm super disciplined in so many areas of my life, but I wasn't disciplined in really taking care of me so that I could be my truly best for those around me. And so that's what it's doing for me. And so every time I want to eat a cake pop, and I want a cake pop. But guys, I found protein, and it's not like the best protein, but I found cake batter protein. I think it's Dymatize. What is it? I don't even know. But it's so nummy because, you know, I really crave sugar. I'm a sugar person. If I'm going to make cookies, I'm real disciplined. I won't like eat them usually, but if I eat one, I'm going to eat them all. I'm going to eat a dozen. I don't know. Are any of you guys out there? If anybody of you out there are like that, where you can't even have one, I want you to just drop a note in the comments, or just put a number 1. That'd be great. Or put a heart or something cute. Okay. Because that was me. Like I crave sugar, and I couldn't eat just one. I'd want them all. So for me, this has been discipline. And I've never, ever counted macros. And so what does that mean? That means, and it's like my mouth is really dry and stuff right now. because I'm drinking a lot of water, but I'm eating just a lot of protein, and I'm carb cycling. So I can have, this week it's a little different, and it's a little bit different each day of how I'm eating to really diet down. Now there's a trick, because I'm 51, you know, your skin, like, you know, I mean, let's see if I can like show you, like, you know, your skin just like is like that. See that? Like it gets looser, right? So there are tricks and ways that you will, like, you know, suck up like that, kind of shrink wrap you. Now you can't stay there long. And again, this diet isn't for, what I'm doing is not for you guys just to do every day. It's for a fitness competitor. But there's so many things I'm doing that you can implement into your diet. If you're looking to lose body fat, if you're looking to lose, to gain muscle, become more fit, and just start to, you know, feel better, have a clearer mind, not feel like cloudy. There's a lot of things you can do, and there are a lot of different supplements that I use, and I'm happy to share those with you. But I'm not going to be like, I don't want to be selling you and pitching you on this. This is not what it's about. So I use a nootropic that is incredible. It helps me for mental clarity and focus, and because I am ADD, it helps me zoom in and focus. It's amazing. It really helps me focus. Plus, it helps burn fat, gives me a lot of energy, and keeps me going without crashing through the day. Okay. I take a pre-workout that I really like. I can only take a little pre-workout because it makes me tingly. I take different protein supplements. The hardest thing for me during this time, when I'm carb cycling and eating all that protein, is eating enough. I literally have to set, you know, an alarm on my phone that I'm getting a lot of text messages here, that tells me to eat. And I have to have everything all pre-planned. Food prepping is really, really important. And so it's hard for me to do. It really is hard for me to do. That's probably the hardest thing about getting ready for a show, is prepping your meals and knowing ahead of time what you're going to eat and exactly how much you're going to eat. And so, but here's the deal. If you want to drop body fat, I mean, oh, hi Lisa, how are you? If you want to drop body fat, you're going to be eating a lot of lean protein. You're going to be eating a lot of green leafy vegetables, you know, leafy greens and asparagus and broccoli, those types of things. And the longer you're disciplined and you don't really cheat on that, the cravings really go away. Let's see, I'm 12 weeks into this. Like I said, I've dropped probably about 4% body fat. I haven't dropped a lot of weight because I've added on muscle, which is really unheard of for women my age. When you're dieting down for a show, you usually lose fat and muscle. I've gained muscle. So my trainer knows what he's doing. I'm also a trainer. You guys know that. I have a few tricks that I do that Erin doesn't even know that I do, of supplements I take that really help me. That have helped me to gain muscle and drop that fat, even as I'm training and dieting down. I have not really worked out that hard. Most of what I've done is how I'm eating, when I'm eating, what I'm eating. All right. And so I'm actually taking on new clients now. So if any of you are interested in hiring me as your personal trainer, I am taking on new clients, and I'm pretty fired up about what I'm doing, because the people that I'm working with are having such great results. But again, I just want to share my journey with you, and I'm going to do this daily because I want to give you tips, and I want to help myself stay super accountable and super focused these next 4 weeks. Girls, if any of you can come to my show, I need people in the crowd hooting and hollering, because all I'm going to be thinking about is, oh my gosh, is too much of my butt hanging out. I am. And oh my gosh, can they see my 51-year-old saggy skin? But you know, you're painted with all this dark tanning stuff, you're sprayed and whatever, and it hides a lot, right? And those lights and everything. But I have my final fitting for my suit on October 11th. And I'm excited about that. It was custom made by Perfect Fit. Jay did such a great job of fitting me. I've been walking around in my shoes, my posing. I'm not ready with my posing yet, but it's really going to be fun. And again, I'm not doing this to say, oh, hey, look at me, look what I can do. I'm doing this really as a discipline thing for my inner spirit, for my mind, my body, but also so I can impart some things to all of you that if I can do this at 51, you can have success of whatever your goals are in life. Because life, that well of our challenges, right? So I want to give you some tips today. So first thing, guys, make sure you're getting enough protein. Women, minimum 100 grams a day. You need to break it up into 6 mini meals. So that's what I teach people, 6 mini meals. Now, what do you do if you work outside of the home and you can't always bring your lunch, you're going out to business, lunches, things like that? It's okay to bring your dressing with you. And typically, guys, I'm not a person that likes anything artificial. I try to really stay clean in my eating. I don't like, sulforaphane and additives and fillers and all that stuff. But I'm going to let you know that I have crossed that line. I've gone to the dark side a little bit because I need to, there are just some products out there that oh my gosh, I just had to have. Okay, so I want to talk to you about this line. For a calorie-free, zero fat, zero calorie-free, right? So that means in every gram there are 4 calories. For carbs, there's 4 calories. For fat, there's 9 calories. For protein, 4 calories for every gram, right? So how can there be a food with 0 calories? 0 calories. Hey, Jim, you're the only guy on, man. I'm talking girl stuff. So how can there be no calories? Well, I call this food like food, kind of like food, right? So, but for the different products that are out there that are like this is your best option for healthy, okay? I always say it's best to stay away from any chemicals, but this is so nummy when I'm dying after 12 weeks for any kind of sauce or like this kind of cheesy kind of thing. This is okay to have once in a while. Moderation is key to life. Now, when I was younger, thank you for the thumbs up. Give me some hearts. I really like hearts. Now, when I was younger, I was so super fanatical. I was that mom that literally my kids would go to a birthday party and the mom would call and say, we're having cake and ice cream. Can your daughter have some? I know you're really healthy. And I was like, oh gosh, I don't want to be that weird mom. And I don't want my kids to be that weird kid. So after my second child, I started to be a little bit more balanced. I've always been just like all in or all out. And that's something that God's been working with me on of being really balanced. And I think that's why he didn't really call me to do a show like this, because I was always so super fanatical, like almost legalistic about things. And I'm not anymore. I think there's a lot we need to give ourselves grace and things. And so people can get really heady and weird about fanatical things. And really, a lot of that sometimes is rooted in pride. You get prideful about it, right? So I've just flushed all that pride down the toilet. And I wanted to share some things with you. So this product is a great product. It's by Walden Farms. I just went on Amazon and found it. And then I think I went to Lucky Vitamin. They had really good discounted products on this. But guys, it has purified water. It has vegetable fiber in it. It has salt. It has xanthan gum, which really isn't a bad thing. So I've used xanthan gum in formulations that I've created in the past. Has cellulose gel. It has Parmesan flavors. It's non-dairy. It has non-dairy flavoring. It does have some, it does have some food color in it, but not like the nasty number red or yellow or blue, those things. And so the only thing in it that I really don't like in it is the benzoate, the sodium benzoate. But I mean, there's such very little in it. It's the very last thing. It's not that big a deal. If you were like, going, okay, option, I gotta have something like this. I want to treat myself. For 0 calories, we're talking 0 calories. So no fat, no carbs, no sugar, none of that. This is a great option. They have everything from syrup to salad dressings. What else did I mean, chocolate dip, all sorts of stuff. And so that is one of the things that I like to use. Now I'm not gonna be using anything artificial. The last 2 weeks into the show here, but I wanted to share that tip with you. And then the other thing that I tend to do is I always carry a little bit of like a shaker cup like this with just some protein powder and maybe some greens in the bottom of it. And then after my workout, I'll just fill it with water, shake it up, and drink it on the way out, because you want to make sure that after your workout you're replenishing your muscles with protein and some carbs. Okay, unless you're on a crazy no carb deal like I am on Thursdays, I can't have any carbohydrates. All right. So that was just one little tip I wanted to share with you today. I'm going to be, doing this almost like a vlog kind of deal, telling you what's going on each day. I'm actually just headed into the gym right now. I'm not going to be posting like a lot of before and after pictures. You can see where I'm at now, how lean I am. I am going to be losing over the next 4 weeks about 6 pounds of body fat. It's going to be hard. I might be a little grumpy. I'll probably have some funny stories to share with you. I'm so weird about my food. Like, I'll pre-cook my chicken and I'll have it in the fridge, and my kids come anywhere near it, I'm like, ah, don't touch my chicken. But it's so funny. And this is just for a season. But I have to say that, fitness competitions are really cool. I've met some awesome, neat people, really supportive women. Some women doing it for all the right reasons, and some women do it for all the wrong reasons, right? But here's the thing. I'm not going to judge anybody for what they're doing, why they're doing it, right? Because everybody, we just got to walk out in love and non-judgment and share, life's experiences and help people as much as we can in life. And be an inspiration. So that's my goal in sharing on this channel now. Like I said, I'm going to share each day. I don't know what time. It'll be different each day. Hold me accountable. Make sure that I am doing this. So if you don't hear from me, I want you to shoot me a message and say, hey, get on there. We want to see how you're doing. Give us your update, because I need your support during this time. I don't know if you guys know any single moms. I mean, there's a lot of us out there. But if you think about it, single moms, it's not easy being a single mom, because we don't really have anybody to encourage us. We have our girlfriends, of course, but, if you're a leader and you're an encourager, sometimes people forget that you need encouragement. And so I'm being really vulnerable and saying, guys, I need your encouragement during this season. I'm in this to win it. I'm entered in the 50+ Masters. It's a pretty big show. It's a tough show. It's my first show in 20 years. There's no way I could compete with the younger gals. But my goal is to do this show, and then from that show build on it to gain, I'd like to gain a lot of muscle by the time the May show rolls around, and that's the Mr. and Miss Minnesota fitness competition, which is in May, and that Aaron Callister is the promoter of that one. And so that's kind of the goal. Invite your friends to this to this page. I need to really get some likes going here. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you want to go to the show, it is going to be in Burnsville. Oh my gosh, what is the name of that place? I'll post it. I'll post all the information. If you do want to go, you can just buy your tickets there. It's kind of expensive to get in. I think it's like $40, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and I would love to have you guys there cheering me on. So thanks, guys, for listening today. Go ahead and share this. And each day I'm going to give you some little tips. Today, what you should be walking away with, making sure, women, you're getting a minimum of 100 grams of protein a day. You're going to split that up into 6 mini meals, about 2.5 to 3 hours apart. And if you need some fun products where you want to like eat chocolate once in a while, just go Google Walden Farms. Here, do you see that? Walden. Let's see. There you go. Walden Farms. Walden Farms. If you want more tips on supplementation and what I'm using, you can message me and I'll share that with you. I am launching my own skincare company. I've been working on this project for 6 years. Love for you guys to go check that out and follow that as well. And that's London Skin USA. That's London Skin USA. Go follow my channel. My kids and I give a portion of all proceeds to help women and children that have suffered from the trauma and effects of abuse, all kinds of abuse, including human trafficking. So really need to get that project off the ground too. But this is going to be fun. I'm excited, and I'm off to the gym. And today I am doing legs and glutes and abs. And when I talk to you tomorrow, hopefully I will be a little bit sore because I'm going to break them down hard today. All right. Talk to you soon. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.